or nothing. Like I know some of you are mid character finishing, so none of y'all are gonna have to roll anything.
Well, it's not too
Anyway.
bad because we didn't get much change to skills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyway, you guys actually bedded down pretty early. It was like about 3 in the after. No, it was a little later than 3 in the afternoon.
But it's still gonna be early because we went through so much.
Yeah.
Well, everyone else went through so much.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, you guys passed out when it was still daylight out, like late daylight, but it was still daylight, and it's late at night, and you have all had your extended rest by this point, but suddenly you feel something warm, and you peep out like the rafters of the barn, and you see some torches.
Okay.
Where are the torches?
They're I don't know, I'd say about right now 20 meters away from the barn. It appears to be some there's people attached to it. There's creatures walking around with torches. They appear to walk by the house.
What are carrying the torches?
Roll a perception check.
No,
Turkus, what are
Perception.
carrying the torches?
I have that. It's gonna
What
be
do your elf eyes see?
Perception's gonna roll worse now that.
Oh wait, I told you guys you wouldn't have to roll, but go ahead just to test it out, Tarkus. Yeah, Tarkus, you see it appears to be some orcs, a hobgoblin, and a couple little goblins. The hobgoblin appears to be barking orders at them to search for stuff.
What language is he speaking?
He's speaking goblin.
I understand that. Woo!
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he's like, I want a thorough sweep.
Oh, great.
Round up what you can find. And
It's good that we didn't.
they like two of the orcs. These guys are moving pretty professionally. They look like they know what they're doing. They are doing a breach on the house. One of them stands by the door, and the other uses the head of his axe, like the very butt front end of his axe, to bash the door open like a battering ram. Bashes it open. They manage to clear the desk out of the front of the door, and are now filing inside.
Quick, burn the house down while they're inside.
With the fireball.
If I put Cage of Light in front of the door, they can't escape easy. Yay, we leveled up.
I'm not entirely against that, but we could just sneak away.
Well, it's kind of the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So we have the car to think about, so...
That's true. We could just hope they pass us by.
Attach him.
Anyway, the two orcs that were breaching, they come back out, and they're speaking giant now.
Great, now I don't understand.
They begin. They're speaking giant to each other. They're kind of bickering amongst each other. Does anybody speak giant?
Sadly, no.
No. You speak common and goblin.
Goblin.
Anyway, they begin speaking to the hobgoblin in giant, and the hobgoblin is actually he's speaking in giant as well, but it's very broken giant. Not really a lot of what you guys can't really make out what they're saying.
Oh, I don't have a choice.
Darn hobgoblin. What are the ones speaking giant again? I'm sorry.
Orcs. The orcs are speaking giant to the hobgoblin, and the hobgoblin is speaking it back very brokenly. And then he turns to a couple goblins that you didn't even know were there. Run around the barn, and run up to the hobgoblin, and begin chittering in very high pitched goblin language. Saying that they need to search the barn. They sniffed out something. And so the orcs bust open the front. The orcs they get up to the barn and bust open the front door.
If only suggestion could be long range. You don't need to search through the burn.
Let's see.
These aren't the barns you're looking for.
But anyway, I'm going by your check you made earlier to hide the loot.
Okay.
I'm gonna just roll a perception check of the goblins and the orcs. This is gonna be just like a group. RD 20 plus 5. 16 doesn't make it. They sniff around and stuff. One of the goblins is speaking Goblin, saying he could have sworn he smelled something earlier, some treasure or something. And the orcs go back, and the orcs are now speaking Broken Goblin to the small goblin, saying, "Yeah, there was nothing in there." And they explain this to the hobgoblin. He's like, "Well, if there's nothing in there, burn it down."
Oh, great.
Yeah, my secondary language is giant, so.
Oh, okay. Okay, you would have understood all of that.
Oh, he says burn it down.
Hmm.
That's my translation of it, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Someone has to do something.
That's,
Yeah.
That's not going to be very helpful.
Maybe if we burn them down first. Well, I'm
Guess the
not gonna-
DM said we don't need to fight them. There must be another option.
Well, I don't see one. Let's fight them now.
I assume that. Does anyone want to like maybe try talking to them? Maybe.
I am definitely not good at the diplomacy.
You are Scourge, though.
I am Scourge. So is Grunga.
Here. You.
I am good at the diplomacy, but I'm kind of like a human with glowing eyes and pale skin. Don't know if they will like me.
Let's see. I could go out there and try and stop them by fighting them. No, no. I
Can. How about
if Grunga.
you guys looking at the two, like Grungar and Targus, obviously. You guys could probably just like talk to them. Like they wouldn't try and kill you or anything, right?
I laugh at this. Are you kidding me? I'd be surprised if the first thing they didn't do is try and gut me.
I think they'd be surprised at your response, and they'd be dead.
Damn, we're in a tight spot.
Because this place being on fire would be bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
Well-
I'll go with you, and we'll just sort everything out. And then everyone can run in if we need help. Yeah.
No, I was gonna. Probably best if I got two.
Grungar will try. I walk out of the house. Oi!
Yep, I follow him.
Okay, so it's just Tarkus and Grungar, and that's it.
Oh, my
I'll
wizard
follow.
will come along.
I will follow behind.
It's like the hobgoblin sees Grungar and starts speaking Goblin to you. Hello, what's all this then, huh? looks at you, and he looks at you, and then he looks at the Minotaur, and then he looks at the White Wizard and Averin.
Wait, did the White Wizard go out?
Yeah, White Wizard went with him.
Yeah, I am the one that speaks giant
Yeah,
with
he's
high
got
diplomacy.
Okay.
White Wizard, yeah, you guys probably don't know this, but White Wizard used to be a freaking slaver, and he used to sell people to these guys. Yeah, like you guys don't know that, but White Wizard he's a bad man. How the hell did you get
Batman?
that sword?
Well, I was going to say he's not a bad man, but he is.
He's an ambiguous one.
He is a
Sitting
bad
in a
person.
nest with Batman. Whiskey bottles piling high.
All right.
All right. So he looks and he's like he looks and he's like, well, this is a sight. What's with the pink skins? He's talking to Grungar.
None of your
Matthias
goddamn
would've just stayed in
business.
the barn.
But what is your goddamn business is that barn, and that's mine.
All right, roll an intimidate check.
All right, got my character done.
See, I'm glad Grungar's here because I don't have anything to do with charisma.
Ooh,
I don't have much of a check, but I can roll high.
that's the hard DC for a level 5.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Thank you, Grungar.
he's like, whoa, okay, touchy. But seriously, what's with the? I'm not asking about the barn. I'm wondering what's up with these pink skins.
These Pinkskins have been the best people I've fought around with for the longest time. The last Scourge I tried to talk to tried to gut me.
Really? I don't remember.
It was
Wait,
undead.
no, I do
Yeah,
remember.
ambush.
The orcs.
Oh no, the orc ambush, the orcs,
Yeah.
the orc
Oh
ambush.
yeah.
The
It's
way I
like,
see it.
well, is I really? Was it any of my men?
To be perfectly honest, after the face is smashed in, I couldn't tell you.
He gets real close. He kind of leans away from the two orcs. He's like, was it orcs?
It was an orc ambush, was it right?
It is orcs and half orcs, yeah.
Orc and a half. I just raised an eyebrow.
Wait, no, there were
like,
hobgoblin. Actually, there were hobgoblin archers. You can tell them there were hobgoblin archers there too.
And I'll just tell him straight up. I don't care. It was just like it was a mix of everything. Orc, half orc, and hobgoblins.
He's like, he has a hearty laugh. You can tell this guy's not like high up. He's probably a sergeant,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, well, you know, when the chain of command breaks down, you know, you never can tell what's happening.
I laugh at that. I'm like, chain of command. When isn't it broken down half the time?
He gives you a look. He's like, well, when it does work, we can level a city. In fact, we're getting close.
Really?
It's like he points out towards the city proper. It's like it's miles off in the distance, which you see glowing. He's like, we don't want to take it all down. We might use it as a fort itself. There's a lot of nice dwarven construction here. It's like, we haven't breached the inner walls though, but there's a bunch of crazies that have holed up in there. It looks like the nobility went insane.
Insane. In what way?
Ask your friend there, and he points to Averin.
I'm going to kind of nod a fair bit because you've been talking goblin the whole time and I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just going to act like I understand what has been happening and I'm agreeing with him, even though this is not a statement that it can be agreed with.
And I am going to. I'm just double checking real quick. We did talk about what you know, but you haven't officially told us yet, right? You're waiting till we get to the city.
I told you about the hobgoblins coming in and that
You didn't know they were here
my group
yet.
was fortifying the bridge.
And they're fortifying the bridge for that. Okay. And
Do you tell him that? The hobgoblin that?
no, I don't tell him.
I'm just, yeah.
Yep.
Me, I'm just kind of
Okay.
nodding, agreeing with whatever I think he said.
And as far as Grungar, I don't really give him a response to that. Okay, fair enough. Well, I told you this barn's my business, and if you guys are gonna go burn down the city, go have fun with that.
It's like, well, wait. You know, necessity makes some strange bedfellows. We might have some use for this. It's like, why you? Here's the real question. He starts. He's sniffing around, and one of the goblins says that one of the goblins is saying that it smells a corpse inside the barn. He's like,
the corpse smells like flowers because of magic.
Yeah,
yeah, no, he can still sniff it out. It's a dead body. He's like, here's a weird question. Why are you carting around a corpse? And why isn't it come back to life?
I mean, out of character, we could just tell him it was like magic because magic.
Yeah.
We're just going to assume that
I'm
because
gonna-
Matthias has been ritually.
I mean, I could probably get away with saying that I know how to, because rune priests can actually get general foes.
Yeah. Then go ahead and tell him that.
I'm just okay. Well, no, we had an ally, but he didn't make it, so I cast a ritual on him to stop him from turning.
Really? You didn't just kick him off to the curb? Why are you still hauling his carcass around?
Well, we wanted to give him a proper burial, and we were kind of in a bad situation at the time.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
there's some
He eyeballs you.
there's some pretty bad stuff back the way we came.
Well, let's put it
Second,
this way.
Who is
Let's put
this ally? Another one of these pink skins? This is just perplexing the crap out of me.
There's a pink skin, but make you feel better.
Oh.
If he came back as a zombie, he probably could kill me in 2 hits. I'd rather not have that happen.
Ah. I see.
So the way I look at it is, we're just gonna cart him around so we can figure out how to officially get rid of the body. Smashing it
Well.
doesn't help much.
There's another way to get rid of a dead guy. Just saying. Here in the city, there's a strange pool might be able to resurrect people. Some of those apostles seem to be guarding it, but you help us out, we could get you to it.
Okay.
Averin out of character. Averin, you've heard of this place. It's some type of church that has weird holy waters in it that the apostles have guarded heavily, but they are actually afraid to go near the pool. They've just guarded it extremely heavily.
Oh, could Matthias hear them from inside the barn? Are they talking loud enough?
They're talking goblin, but yeah.
Well, I speak Goblin, so.
Oh, it's like, hey, I speak goblin. Hey, I speak goblin. Yeah, okay.
It's a very useful one to know in this scenario.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Matthias, translate for me while we're doing this. Me too.
He probably wouldn't, just so that way they wouldn't go in there. He really doesn't want to deal with hobgoblins.
Just anytime this hobgoblin guy is looking at me, I'm just gonna nod in agreement.
Mhm.
Like before, when he was asking about this or like
Let's
anything.
see. Apostles
Uh,
guarding a well.
And they're afraid. They're
I
actually
know-
afraid of the well. They're just keeping on really hard lockdown.
Would I know of any religions like that?
Go ahead and roll a religion. I told everybody you weren't gonna have to roll religion checks. You're here, and then this happens. Go ahead.
It's alright, I'm using the
That's okay. I think we're
using the
Yeah.
updated one.
Okay. Yeah. You've heard of this. It's a pool. It's not actually associated with any gods. Is the weird thing. It's just this pool that's been around for since time immemorial. That was the reason Brackenmore was actually built. The dwarves actually built Brackenmore around this pool.
So it's probably near the heart of the city. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as it goes, okay, this is out of care. I'm just what the group thinks. I mean, I could take his offer, but the thing is, to me, he's only a sergeant, so I don't know how far his promise goes technically with a higher chain.
Matthias won't agree to it in the end. It's like, I kind of don't want to raise a city.
Well, it seems like it's almost gone anyway.
Well, they're not necessarily going to raise it. They're basically I should have been more clear. They're gonna breach the walls and use it as their own base of operation.
Yeah.
So it's either going to
Once
become
they clear out the populace, and it appears that the only area left is the. I'm just truncating what he's explaining. The only area left is of the city proper is like the noble quarter, and all the nobles have gone insane and became apostles. So
Yeah.
Huh.
We don't
So-
like the apostles.
But Matthias is of noble blood. What if he knows
Well-
those schmucks?
well, actually, it's not just them. They also have the Imperial army that's still there is mainly dwarven, and the dwarves are loyal to the city, so they are still under the control of the nobles. They might not know the deep dark secret of the apostles, but they're still the foot soldiers in that city,
Might be a way.
guardsmen and whatnot.
Might be a way to persuade them to stand down and then get them to leave somehow. Before any of the goblins notice. Hmm.
So.
Red did warn you about the dwarves of the city, though. They're hardcore.
So it's the question of what side do.
And the
Be
Scourge
cared.
kind of outnumber everybody right now. Well, I'm assuming, considering how much of the city they've taken.
Yeah, on the side, not the Scourge of the Scourge. So they're not. They're sort of malicious by nature, but.
They're aggressive by nature.
Yeah.
They're basically a barbarian horde, is what they are.
Yeah, so I mean, it's like
They're
bad
like the
stuff-
goth. They're like the goths, but with teeth,
with
claws.
teeth and claws.
But
Ideally,
if the city's mostly Imperial guards, then
Mhm.
ideally, if you could find a way to not outright agree yet, so we can get closer and get a good view of the situation. But as it sounds right now, there'd be little point in not helping them.
Uh-huh.
I think
'Cause,
we
I
should
mean-
also ask them how bad the situation with the undead is around here as well.
Actually, yeah, do that first.
Does
Now-
Tarkus want to ask about that?
Or Tarkus. Whatever. This is out of character since Cintique's not there.
Yeah, because I mean that's like one of the first things I wanted to know. It's like, if they're taking a city, the undead must not be that bad.
If you say something, are you saying something like that to him?
Yeah, I'm already gonna ask them something online of how if they've had any undead problems lately.
It's like, oh, the place is crawling with them. That's why we even got in the first place. The city pretty much turned, except for the noble quarter. They sealed it off. Go figure.
How many of the dwarves are left?
Kind of hard to get a head count. He looks at one of the little goblins. He's like, what the scouts say? And the goblin starts counting on his fingers and just kind of shrugs.
Gunkert puts one of his big paws to his face.
He's like the hobgoblin shakes his hand and looks back at the orcs and yips something to them in giant, and one of them lifts up his hand and it's like he's got two fingers that have been he's got two missing fingers, and so he has just like he starts like he kind of looks at the thumb and the two fingers he has left and kind of counts them and then like shrugs as well. He's like when it comes to professional soldiering, they're great, but math ain't their strong suit.
This is why I was special ops. How long
he's
until
like,
you guys attack?
He's like, well, we're not attacking yet. We need to sneak some people in to start thinning out their numbers on the other side. But you know all about that, wouldn't you? And he kind of gives you a light slug on your shoulder, like because he can kind of tell you're probably spec ops. You've probably snuck into enemy camps and stuff before.
and you're a bugbear.
That's kind of what that was kind of your thing. But also
Yeah.
the mystic slaying and stuff.
Well, I mean, like
He's
there's unless I'm carrying like memorabilia that tells that, I don't. It's kind of hard to tell with a bugbear, unless bugbears are usually spec ops.
Well, they're not as common. Bugbears aren't as common.
Right.
And generally they are the sneaky. Generally, bugbears are renowned for being sneaky, despite their size.
Mhm.
They're just good at it.
Who's the leading general in all this?
He's like, oh, that would. Hang on, I got his name here too. I remembered. He's like, oh yeah, that's Captain Garnall. He's the one leading this thing.
Okay. I tell him this. I can't. I like your offer, but I can't accept it.
Sorry,
Yeah,
not
until
Cap. It's Chief Garnall. My bad.
Yeah.
Chief Garnall.
I'm like, I like your offer, but I can't accept it yet until I talk to Chief. Just
like,
gotta
okay,
make
we
sure
can take
what's
you-
promised me. Okay. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we can take you to Chief. It ain't my word yet, but I will vouch for you. And if you want to go packing, well, I guess there's nothing we can do. I mean, there's a lot of wizards that need slaying in there, and hobgoblins hate freaking magic users.
Right. I smirk at that. I'm like, okay, give me a sec.
It'd be a real shame. Just saying. He has a smirk.
And now I'm like, hold on, give me a sec. I'm just gonna pick up gear for inside then. And I'm gonna wander in. I know Cintiq and Matthias have been listening to all that.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, I asked, do you guys want to come? If so, you'd best hide, just put on robes or whatever to hide the rest of your anything saying you're Imperial or anything else.
I think you can be Imperial all you want and go into Brackenmore.
I was gonna say, Cintiq raises an eyebrow behind the mask, which is in the robe from the chapel they got, like, last level.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Matthias just like pulls out his scarf. Should I even wear this anymore?
The blue scarf.
Yeah.
probably not. Well,
Yeah.
and I also asked because technically you guys can stay here if you want, but I don't know if the whole group should go.
You hear some rustling outside the barn.
Mm-hmm.
You're not sure what it is, but you hear something raking along the slats of the barn.
Well, at the very least, we have to cash in this cart. And what's in the cart? He kind of like points at Hemix. Take care of those. Then we can burn down all the Imperial cities you want.
Okay. The thing I don't know how much you can cash in that place because I don't know if the Imperials are all those acolyte crazies. I'm not really sure there's much selling to be done.
It's a pity we don't know how much they've looted the city already.
Yeah.
They
It's
might
kind
have
of-
set up a quartermaster.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
You can ask, but
if anything, the Scourge have a quartermaster if they're at least disorganized.
Go ask him.
Just yell out, Tarkus! Ask him if they got a quartermaster.
Okay, well, then I ask them if they have a quartermaster.
okay.
After
He's
this,
like-
Matthias is probably working his way out, like downstairs, down the
He's like,
bar to get outside.
he says, "Oh, we don't have so much a quartermaster. We have a loot pool. We pull all our loot together, and then we have the assistant commander divvy it out to us. Kind of keeps things equal,
Okay.
It's based on merit too. I don't know. He might be willing to trade if you got some good stuff, but you might have to fight for it first. At least prove that you've got what it takes."
Okay. So
So
again,
Grunger and or Hemik, once we bring him back, will be doing that.
Yeah. So again, to bring up to the party, because I don't know how much longer we want to make this go. I want to go talk with the chief. I'm just trying to find out who wants to go with me, and who would rather stay, just to make sure things are safe, and also the weird barn noise we're hearing.
Oh, okay. Did you want to go outside and see that? Okay. When you walk outside, you actually see the goblins are actually smearing fungus on the side of the barn. It's a glowing type of fungus. When you bring your light close to it, it begins to glow in the dark.
What's with the fungus?
It's like, and the little goblins are like, marking it, sir. And the hobgoblin kind of nods, like, yeah, I figure you know this is your property. Might as well mark it for you.
Thank you. Well, if you, now that makes sure no one tries to steal my crap. Anyways, at this point, like, who would want to go with me to talk to this guy?
Probably
I
will
will
better
go
if
because I was so useful here.
probably will better
Mhm.
if Tarkus went too, because more Scourge.
Matthias.
I'm sure White Wizard would need to go.
Matthias might, just to help lighten
Yeah,
that.
we should all go and leave.
At that
up.
point, just bring everybody.
Yeah, it's probably just best to go.
Bring everyone.
Should we
Yeah.
bring the cart then as well?
You might as well bring the
Yeah.
cart. I doubt
Yeah,
you're
okay.
gonna get robbed.
And I'm also now the intimidating war priest.
Oh, really? What'd you
God.
get?
I retrained one of my feats out, lost an at will, but gained damning secret.
Damning Secret's amazing. Yeah, use Insight in place of an Intimidate check as an encounter power.
And because I hit level 5, my theme gave me 2 more insight, so now it's plus 15.
Jesus H Christ. Okay, sure. So we'll just take everyone.
It's once per encounter, but still, that's awesome. That's a good one. Okay.
Probably did. a
Yeah,
good
it's
job
like
cart looking conspicuous.
anyway, as you pull the card out, the hobgoblin just lets out, holy dire wolf shit. What all you have there?
It's
One
just
dead body.
one dead body, and let's just say we've been fighting a lot of stuff. Can't blame me to
5
be.
plus 1 halberds, 4 magic daggers, 3
Oh, 4 magic spears,
4 magic spears, 3
3 magic daggers.
3 magic daggers, 2
Broadswords.
and
That
the
isn't-
corpse of a scout named Emek.
Ooh, rebuking armor. What's that do?
I forgot. Anyway, so I guess I just we've fought a lot of crap along our way. You can't blame me for being overly protective of what I've earned.
You could probably
Yeah,
honestly tell him
that's
we
something
sacked
else.
like a chapel. I mean, we didn't technically, but we
It's
essentially
okay,
did.
it wasn't Paylor's.
Oh, I'll tell him the grand story of how we sacked the chapel of people who we thought were good, then were evil, then were really evil, as we're going to walking towards wherever his chief is.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, anyway, I guess we'll do that next session when you guys actually go to the chief, because I do have some fun stuff planned next